From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my bar where everybody is welcome. Brought to our good friends at the Heritage Capital Group and at Farther. Look, sports is business in life. We talk sports, we talk business. Today we're talking about life, and I can't wait to get into it. Let's welcome in the panel. Tanaine Jenkins is here from Reform Alliance. Hi, Tanaine. How are you?
I am brilliant. How are you?
Great to have you on the show and at the bar.
Great to be here.
Tell us about Reform Alliance. What are you doing?
I am the director and the Florida Safety Coalition, and I am also the Florida State organizer.
Okay.
Reform Alliance is a national nonprofit organization that is geared toward probation and parole reform.
Okay. Wow. How long have you been involved in that?
Well, I gave 10 years of my life to the Florida Department of Corrections.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And not as an employee.
Right.
I did 2 years prison, 8 years of probation.
Okay.
And so for the last 5 years, I've been speaking about the second sentence that returning citizens face when they come home.
Right.
And
Right.
they heard me, and
Yeah.
Reform said, hey, come help us talk about this as well.
When did you get that feeling? Like, when were you during probation, when you're in prison, like, when did you say, you know what, if I ever get out of this thing, I am going to help people that are in similar situations?
So it took me 8 years after prison to realize that I was enough. Like, I didn't feel like I was enough for anybody or anything. Because sometimes broken people go into the system, and sometimes the system breaks people. And I was one of the people that the system broke.
Wow.
And so in 2020, I decided to invest in myself. I paid off my probation, yay.
All right.
And they haven't shut me up since talking about it. So.
Well, what's the message? Hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel? I mean, it's probably a lot more deeper than that. Sorry, I'm just a bartender, but you know what I mean? Is it like, hey, there's more to life than just where you're at today?
It absolutely is. Yeah. When you come home, it's like there's so many barriers that you face that people don't know about. So I have to educate individuals about the barriers that are faced. Okay. And I go back into the prison system and let them know that we are out here fighting for them. Cool. So when they come home, it can make it a little bit better transition.
Yeah. Everybody deserves a chance. There's no doubt about that. Thanks for being here. Karen Hornsby is here, the gift of Gabby.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are
Welcome.
you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're good friends with Andrew, my good friend here at The Horse's Mouth.
He's pretty awesome.
He is.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on the show. Tell us about the gift of Gabby.
So the gift of Gabby has to do with my daughter. My daughter, as I shared earlier, was diagnosed with brain cancer when she was 2 years old. Okay. Wow. She gave cancer a good 15-year battle, and in April of 2020, she did pass. And so, of course, when you're a family that goes through some of the struggles that we faced with having a special needs child who went blind, who ended up losing feeling, ended up being in the bed, and really just completely bedridden, you do learn a lot through those processes. You should, right? Yeah. So we have decided and made it our mission in life to make God and Gabby famous in this world. And one of the things that she had as a hashtag while she was still with us was hashtag gift of Gabby.
Okay, cool.
So we've decided that that's probably what we need to do and run with, and continue to use the gift that she gave us through the lessons she taught us. Yeah. And share that. Without
faith, I don't know how you get through anything.
I
know you said you're very faith-based, so am I, and so is my family. But it's a foundation of everything. Knowing, believing that, and I've had plenty that pass, that they're going to a better place.
That's right.
I believe in heaven. I believe in the afterlife. There's no way we have just one shot. We have more than one. I believe that. But without it, I'm sure for both of you, foundation of your faith has got to be really
If I didn't have that, you would probably have to put me in a dumpster because I'd be no good.
Yeah.
If I did not believe that there was another time I'll get to see her again, then I'd be a mess. So it is truly what makes me wake up in the morning and be like, it's okay.
It's true though. I believe it.
Yeah. 100%. So yeah.
Good. Jerry, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Good to see you again. Always.
Man, these great stories, aren't they?
They really are.
It makes our community even that much more special. I swear.
It really does. So, I spent all of my 30 years here helping companies grow and create jobs and all, that affects directly all the things we're talking about, you know, whether it's the reform system or whether it's the faith-based growth and the music industry that you're in. You ought to talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah,
by the way.
I should.
Absolutely.
So I'm a vocal artist, and,
Okay.
and that's my heart, that's my passion, and that's the platform, if you will, that we're using to help the gift of Gabby. I did have a little small stint on ABC for a hot second.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I was on Rising Star.
Oh, okay.
So that was really fun. Made it to the top 16.
All right. That's cool.
So it was the show that had Josh Groban, Brad Paisley, Kesha, and Ludacris. He was on there.
Nice.
So that was
Okay,
really
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
My daughter ended up getting really sick after the show,
Okay.
and so I'm a mom first. So I kind of hit pause on all that, but we're definitely working on getting that back up. You can find me online.
Definitely.
So,
What do you like singing?
Christian music. I mean, that's my heart. So I do have an album, and again, took those things and life lessons that we had learned through our time in the hospital, living in a hospital 24/7. Wilson Children's Hospital is amazing.
Phenomenal.
Kudos to them, the Morris Children's Clinic. We lived in those places for several years. So while I was there, I wrote some music, and that's what's out there.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
You know, it's so cool to show, like, to find the why of everybody. You know, I know that's so cliche. What's your why?
Right.
Read
I
it
know
in a
what you
book or
mean.
whatever. But, you know, you find your purpose through your own experiences.
Yep.
And that makes it even more genuine. You know, that makes it have even greater meaning when you take something that you went through, good or bad,
Right.
and then use that to either propel, help other people, serve other people.
Everyone
Yes.
has a
That's
lived
really
experience.
That's
Everyone
right.
has a lived
So cool.
experience in something.
Yep.
And I tell people all the time, don't gatekeep your lived experience.
That's great.
Yep.
Because there could be someone's breakthrough tied to your story.
great, yeah.
So tell your stories.
Yeah.
When I go back into the prison system, I tell those individuals, hey, tell your story when you come
So
home.
good.
Don't be ashamed of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You may be able to help so many more people by just telling your story.
Right.
And I'm like, I did a graduation in Tennessee for those incarcerated. It was women incarcerated that are getting their associate's degrees while still behind bars.
Okay, well.
And I talked about the second sentence that returning citizens face, and the assistant commissioner was there. And because of my speech, little old
Come
me,
on,
Yeah.
come on.
they allocated more money to reentry in the state of Tennessee.
That's awesome.
And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't use my lived experience to help
That's
others.
right. Absolutely.
Like you should.
Absolutely.
That is great. Well, great stories, everybody, and thanks for sharing them from your heart. I really appreciate it. Jerry, thanks so much. Cheers to all y'all, and have a
Thank
great
you.
holiday season for sure. All right, make sure you check out their profiles at iwannabuzz.com. This conversation and hundreds of others that are done right here at Tommy Max. Until next time, y'all stay safe and be cool out there, and we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
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 The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.